Hello students, welcome to AIMS India online classes. This is a chemistry session. Here we are discussing about water chapter. In this session we are going to say about a new concept that is soft water and hard water. Okay, let us say about this. A sample of groundwater on treating with the soap solution may or may not lather based upon the giving lather. Based upon the quantity of lather formed by the water, it is classified as soft water or hard water. If a given sample lathers with soap solution, then that sample of water is called soft water. However, if it forms a sticky scum rather than lather, then it is called hard water. So, based upon the formation of lather with the soap solution, water can be classified into two types. They are soft water and hard water. The sample of water which gives freely lather with the soap solution is called as soft water. The water which won't give lather, instead of giving lather, if it forms a sticky scum, then the sample of water is called hard water. Let us see here about soft water. Soft water means a sample of groundwater which freely lathers with soap solution is called soft water. So if you mix some soap solution to water, if you shake it, then if it is giving freely lather, then that sample is said to be soft water. If a sample of groundwater which instead of freely forming lather with soap solution, if it forms a sticky scum or which is also called as a precipitate like this, it is called hard water. Hard water is further classified in two types again. Okay, they are temporary hard water and permanent hard water. Now first let us say about temporary hard water. A sample of groundwater which ordinarily forms scum with some solution, but on boiling and then treating with the soap solution forms lather is called temporary hard water. Okay, we said here hard water means the water which won't give lather with the soap solution. Instead of giving lather, if it forms a scum or precipitate, then that is called hard water. If that hard water after boiling, if it gives lather with the soap solution, then that hard water is said to be temporary hard water. Okay. One more kind of hard water is permanent hard water. A sample of groundwater which even on boiling and then treating with the soap solution does not lather but forms a scum even after boiling also is called permanent hard water. That is the hard water which won't give lather even after boiling also is called permanent hard water. If it is temporary hard water, at the starting it may not give lather with the soap solution. But once after treating after boiling, then if it is treated with the soap solution, then it freely gives lather. Such kind of hard water is called temporary hard water. If the hard water which won't give lather even after boiling also, then that is called permanent hard water. So what are the causes for the temporary hardness of water? So why don't certain samples of water they won't give lather with the soap solution? What are the causes for this? Let us see here. If the groundwater contains calcium hydrogen carbonate, which is also called as calcium bicarbonate, see here the formula is given. CaHCO3 taken twice it is called. It is chemically named as calcium hydrogen carbonate or calcium bicarbonate, or one more chemical, magnesium hydrogen carbonate, which is also called as magnesium bicarbonate. So if these two are dissolved in the water, the groundwater, if it is containing any one of these two substances or both the substances dissolved in it, then it becomes temporarily hard. So by the presence of these two substances, that water cannot give lather with the soap solution. Thus, it is called temporary hard water. Okay. Then, how does water get temporary hardness? So by the presence of these, let us see here. When the rainwater flows over the surface of the earth, it dissolves in it carbon dioxide gas present in the air. Isn't it? Yes, we know this. So, rainwater, while coming down from the atmosphere to the soil or after coming onto the earth, it dissolves so many substances into it. Along with them, even carbon dioxide gas also will be dissolved into this water. The carbon dioxide gas present in the atmosphere will dissolve into this rainwater. Now, when the water containing carbon dioxide flows over the rocks which are containing either calcium carbonate or magnesium carbonate, these two are generally present in the rocks in the earth. So when this rainwater which is already dissolving, which already contains carbon dioxide dissolved into it, if it comes on contact with these rocks which are containing calcium carbonate and magnesium carbonate, then these carbonates, calcium carbonate and magnesium carbonate, they react with that water which is containing carbon dioxide. It reacts with them to form their respective hydrogen carbonates, and hence the water becomes hard water. Okay, temporary hard water. Got it? So the rainwater after reaching the earth, on while reaching the earth, it dissolves certain amount of carbon dioxide gas present in the atmosphere into it. If this rainwater come in contact with or flows over the rocks which are containing calcium carbonate and magnesium carbonate, these carbonates of calcium and magnesium, they react with the water and carbon dioxide. Finally, they form calcium bicarbonate, which is called calcium hydrogen carbonate, and magnesium hydrogen carbonate. And by the way, formation of these, that water becomes temporary hard water. Now let us see here the reactions how they occur. We told the rocks containing this calcium carbonate. This on reaction with the water containing carbon dioxide. So these all will react all together to form calcium hydrogen carbonate, which is also called as calcium bicarbonate. Okay, by the formation of this in the water, that water becomes temporarily hard water. In the same way, magnesium carbonate also. Magnesium carbonate also reacts with the water containing carbon dioxide and forms magnesium hydrogen carbonate, which we call as magnesium bicarbonate. So, by the presence of both these bicarbonates of calcium and magnesium, or by the presence of either of these one, okay, that water becomes temporarily hard water. That won't give lather with the soap solution. Now let us see how can temporary hardness can be removed. How to make this temporarily hard water into soft water. Let us see that. When the temporary hard water is boiled, the hydrogen carbonates of calcium or magnesium decomposes to form their respective insoluble carbonates again. So initially they were in the rocks in the form of their respective carbonates. That means in the form of calcium carbonate and magnesium carbonate. On reacting with the water containing carbon dioxide, they converted into their hydrogen carbonates. That means calcium hydrogen carbonate and magnesium hydrogen carbonate. So because of the presence of these two bicarbonates, water became temporarily hard. So to remove this temporary hardness, we have to boil the water. If you boil this temporary hard water, the bicarbonates so formed will be reconverted into their respective carbonates. These carbonates of calcium and magnesium are insoluble into water, so they form like a precipitate. Now these precipitates can be filtered out and the water becomes soft water. Okay, in this way the temporary hardness of water can be removed by boiling. So by boiling what happens? These bicarbonates of calcium and magnesium, they convert into carbonates, respective carbonates, so which are insoluble into water and hence can be removed by filtration process. Thus the water becomes soft. Okay, these are the reactions occurs when we boil the temporary hard water. See here, if temporary hard water, if it is containing calcium bicarbonate, on heating or on boiling water, this bicarbonate of calcium decomposes to form calcium carbonate. This calcium carbonate is insoluble into water. It forms like a precipitate. So it settles down. That can be removed by the filtration process. In the similar way, another bicarbonate of magnesium. This also will be decomposed in the same form. On heating, that forms magnesium carbonate, which is insoluble into water. So these can be removed by filtration process. Thus the water formed is soft water that gives lather with the soap solution freely. Okay, in that way, temporary hardness can be removed from the hot water by boiling. Okay, that is about temporary hardness of water. Now let us see what causes permanent hardness to the water. When the groundwater flows over the surface of the earth, it dissolves minerals present in it. Yes, in the earlier session, in the earlier case, we told it dissolves certain gases like carbon dioxide. Not only gases, this water also dissolves certain minerals present on the earth. If any of the following minerals dissolve in the natural groundwater, it becomes permanent hard. Let us see what are those minerals or chemicals by the dissolution of which water becomes permanently hard. Those are calcium chloride, magnesium chloride, calcium sulfate, and magnesium sulfate. So, by the dissolution of either of these salts or minerals into the water, then the water becomes permanently hard water. Then it won't give lather with the soap solution. Okay. Then how can we remove this permanent hardness from the water? We're telling it is permanent hardness. This cannot be removed by boiling process. So this won't be decomposed into any other substances. So on boiling. So these chemicals cannot be removed from the water on boiling. That's why at the starting we told permanent hardness cannot be removed by boiling. Then how to remove this permanent hardness from the water? How to make permanent hard water into soft water? Let us see here. Permanent hardness can be removed by treating the water with sodium carbonate. Sodium carbonate means it is commonly called washing soda. This washing soda has the formula Na2CO3 10H2O, or simply we can say Na2CO3, sodium carbonate. It is commonly called washing soda. By treating with this washing soda, water, the permanent hard water can be converted into soft water because it reacts with the chlorides and the sulfates of calcium and magnesium to form their respective insoluble carbonates. So once these carbonates are formed, these can be removed by the filtration process just we have done in the temporary process, isn't it? So once they are filtered off, then the water becomes soft water. Okay. So they are the reactions which represents the removal of permanent hardness of water by adding washing soda to the water, that is sodium carbonate. So if hard water contains calcium chloride, then what happens on reaction with the sodium chloride or washing soda? This washing soda reacts with calcium chloride and it converts this into calcium carbonate, which is insoluble into water. So it forms a precipitate. This can be removed by filtration process. In the same way, there are sulfates also. Suppose if magnesium sulfate is present in the permanent hard water, this on treating with the sodium carbonate that converts into magnesium carbonate, which is insoluble solid substance. It forms a precipitate like substance that can be removed by filtration process. Now the water becomes soft water. In this way, permanent hard water can be converted into soft water. It can, it can be made into soft water by treating with washing soda, which is called sodium carbonate chemically. Okay, on treating with the sodium carbonate, these chemicals which are causing permanent hardness to the water, like calcium chloride, magnesium chloride, calcium sulfate, and magnesium sulfate. These will react with the sodium carbonate added and they convert into respective insoluble carbonates. Those can be removed by filtration process and hence water becomes soft in nature. Okay, in this way permanent hardness is removed. Now, the types of modern processes for removal of permanent hardness of water. Nowadays, we are following different modern process for the removal of permanent hardness of water. Let us see those one by one here. Hardness of water can be removed by the following two processes. Majorly, we use two modern processes for the removal of permanent hardness of water. One of them is permutate process. The other one is exchange of ions process. So here first about permutate process. in this in this permutate process is a process in which hard water containing cations such of calcium plus 2 ion or Mg plus 2 ion are shifted through or filtered through a natural sand called the permutate or geolite. So this is the permutate or geolite. It is a chemical substance through which hard water is sent. So these cations like calcium plus 2 ion and Mg plus 2 ion are removed from this. This process is extensively used in sustaining both temporary and permanent hardness of water in large scales. Generally, the water which is supplied to the homes in the cities and urban areas through pipes that is undergone this process for the purification of hard chemicals present in the water. Okay, there hard water is passed through a sand bed. That sand, chemical sand called permutate or geolite. These geolites are naturally occurring minerals and are complex substances containing sodium and aluminum silicates. So it is one of the natural mineral. The geolite or permutate is one of the natural mineral available in the nature. So this is used for the purification of hard water, for converting hard water into soft water. Generally, temporary hard water and even permanent hard water. Both are treated with this geolites or permutate for making them into soft water. See here, permutate formula is given. It is a complex substance of sodium and aluminum silicates. Okay. The sodium ions in a giant molecule of geolite. See here, this is a sodium and aluminum silicate. It contains sodium ions. These sodium ions of geolite are displaced by calcium or magnesium ions of hard water. As they are insoluble in water, can be removed by filtration. Hence, the salt water becomes soft. So, when this hard water passes through this permutate or geolite, which is containing sodium ions, these calcium ions or magnesium ions, they replace this sodium ion and they convert into silicates, calcium and magnesium silicates, which are insoluble into water. So these can be removed by filtration process. And thus that water becomes soft water. This happens in the permutate process. Now let us see the other process for the purification of water is by exchange of ions. The ion exchange process percolates water through the spherical porous bead resin material. So this is bead resin material. Okay. Here ions in the water are exchanged for other ions fixed to the beads. So in this certain ions will be there. These ions will replace the ions present in the hot water and they become insoluble solid substances which can be filtered here. That is called ion exchange process of purification. The common ion exchange method is used primarily as a permanent method to reduce water hardness. So this is generally used for the removal of permanent hardness for the water. It is one of the permanent method for the purification. The softness contain beads that exchange two sodium ions for every calcium ion or magnesium ion are removed from softened water. Okay, these sodium ions present in these beads will be replaced by calcium and magnesium ions, and which can be removed by the filtration process continuously. In that way, that water becomes soft water. That is called ion exchange method. Calcium and magnesium ions present in the hardness causing chemicals are exchanged with sodium ions, and thus that water becomes soft. Okay. Now let us see first of all what are the disadvantages of this hard water. We learned here how to convert hard water into soft water. But why? Why to convert this hard water into soft water? What are the disadvantages of hard water? Let us see here. It is unfit for drinking purpose. Yes, we cannot take this water for consumption. It is unfit for drinking as it upsets the stomach because of the presence of the chemicals which are causing hardness. They may also upset our stomach. That's why this hard water is unfit for drinking. It is unfit for washing clothes or bathing also, as it forms a sticky scum rather than lathering. So what is the purpose of bathing there with the soap? If you use water and with the soap, you should lather. Then we can clean the clothes as well as our body. But if you use hot water, it won't give lather. Instead of giving lather, it forms a scum, sticky scum. That's why this hot water it is not fit for washing clothes even for bathing also. Okay, that's about hot water and soft water. Okay, because of the presence of certain chemicals dissolved in the water, that water becomes hot water. So it can be converted into soft water by different processes. Okay, thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our YouTube channel AIMS Today and visit our website aimstoday.in for latest updates and recorded videos.